everyone. This is going to be a recovery-based flow. It'll be about 30 minutes. The first 10 to 15 minutes, we'll do a dynamic moving flow warm-up. And then for the next 15, 20-ish minutes, we'll do a deeper kind of cool-down stretching series. Mostly we'll be on the floor. This is great for post-run, post-workout, really anytime, honestly, just to kind of get a full body deep stretch. And yeah, we're gonna get started in a downward facing dog. So whenever you're ready, you'll bring your hands to the floor, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up and back. And then just give yourself a few rounds of breath to move a little bit here. You could pedal out your legs, you could roll out your shoulders, maybe you drop your heels to one side and then the other. Eventually start to find a stiller down dog, right? As much stillness as you can find this early in class. Make sure the fingers are spread wide. Big bend in the knees for this first one, and then melt your chest towards your thighs. Let's take 3 breaths right here. Through the nose, deep breath in. Try to lift your hips a little higher as you breathe out. 2 more, breathe in. Big open mouth exhale. Last one, through the nose, breathe in. Open mouth, release it, let it go. All right, from your down dog, take a look at your hands. Pedal out your feet. Take a nice slow walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Once you get there, feet are gonna be about hips width distance apart. Take a bend in your knees, let your upper body hang heavy. Just find a forward fold. You might add a little sway through the upper body. You could just let the arms kind of sway with you. You could grab opposite elbows. You might even shake out your head and neck a little bit. Just give yourself a round of breath. Let the backs of the legs, the hamstrings start to open up just a little. And then if you took any grip in the arms, just gently release it. Keep the bend in the knees. 1 vertebra at a time. Roll your spine up to stand. Try to let the arms kind of dangle. The fingertips are heavy. Let that help you unhinge the spine. And then head and neck are last to lift. Once you're standing, take a big shrug or roll the shoulders up and back. Maybe even kind of sway your arms side to side. Just give yourself a second to land, to find a really tall stance. Once you're standing, I'm gonna bring my feet together to touch for where we're headed, but if you prefer, you can also have your feet hips width distance. From here, we're gonna find a chair pose. The hips will sit low, the arms will lift up high. So for this first chair, don't worry so much about how low the hips are, but see if you can really feel the weight shift back into the heels. That might give you a little bit more space to sit lower, but try to keep the chest lifted, the core engaged. Take a full breath in. Fold forward over the legs as you breathe out. Give yourself a second, pedal out the legs, keep a bend in the knees, head is heavy. So we're gonna do that all again, right? It wasn't much yet, but we're gonna keep adding on to it. We'll build a little sequence starting from standing. So as you inhale, press into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up overhead, rise to stand. As you exhale, sit down and back, find your chair pose. Yeah, again, weights in the heels, chest is lifted. This time, shift the weight into your left foot, pull your right knee into your chest, one-legged Tadasana. So things are still pretty simple, but feel your left hip squeeze under, feel the core help lift your right thigh higher. Take a breath in. Right foot down as you breathe out, just release that. All right, we do it on the left. From here, hips low, arms high, find your chair pose. Shift the weight back into the heels, get really tall through the spine. Weight goes into the right foot, rise to stand, left knee to chest. Right hip squeezes under, low belly is engaged, left knee lifts higher. Take a breath in, left foot down as you breathe out, fold all the way back down over your legs, big bend in the knees. Give yourself a breath here, just sway a little side to side, maybe bend one knee, then the other. All right, we add on. As you inhale, press into the feet, rise all the way up to stand, reach tall. As you exhale, sit down and back, find your chair pose, we're gonna build. Shift the weight into the left foot, pull the right knee into the chest, one-legged Tadasana. Feel your left hip squeeze under, feel your right thigh lift higher. Take a breath in.
This time, big step back to a high lunge as you breathe out. Right foot to the back of the mat. Left hip squeezes back in space. Can you get taller through the upper body? Full breath in. Step right foot forward as you breathe out, and then fold over both legs. All right, left side. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, sit low, find your chair pose. Shift the weight into the right foot, left knee into the chest, take an inhale. As you exhale, step back, find your high lunge. Big step, right? Give yourself a second, land your feet. Feel your right hip squeeze back, the chest lift taller. Full breath in. Left foot steps forward, forward fold as you breathe out. Give yourself a breath, release that. And then we just keep adding. We're gonna build a little sequence like this. As you inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, sit low, find your chair pose. Right knee lifts to chest, breathe in. Step back, high lunge as you breathe out, we add. Lift the chest as you inhale. Twist to the left as you exhale, big T twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Feel your inner thighs squeeze together. Feel the chest rotate open. Inhale, both arms back up through center. Exhale, step forward, forward fold, let it go. Left side, inhale, arms all the way up, stand tall. Exhale, sit down and back, chair pose. Breathe in, left knee to chest, stand tall. Step back, high lunge as you breathe out. Stay for an inhale, inner thighs activate. Exhale, T-twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Feel the chest lift and expand. So the breath in, you get taller. Breath out, shoulder blades together, maybe look behind you. Inhale, both arms reach high. Exhale, step forward, forward fold, release it, let it go. All right, we add inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, sit low, chair pose. Right knee to chest, breathe in. Step back, high lunge, breathe out. Lift the chest up, inhale. T-twist to the left as you exhale. You stay, or we're gonna revolve this. Left hand to low back, right arm up and over right ear. Take a full breath in. Hands to the floor as you breathe out. Standing split, take an inhale. Right leg lifts, you're folding down over your left leg. Exhale, forward fold, release it, let it go. All right, left side, inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hips go low, chair pose. Left knee pulls to chest, breathe in. Step back, high lunge, breathe out. Lift the chest, inhale. T-twist to the right as you exhale. You stay or revolve it. Right hand to low back, left arm lifts up and over left ear. Feel the left side body grow longer. Take a breath in. Hands to the floor, standing split as you breathe out. It's like a one-legged forward fold. Left leg in the air, you fold over your right leg. Stay for a breath in. Forward fold, release it as you breathe out. All right, that's the whole sequence. We're gonna take it through 2 more breaths the whole way. We'll keep it really smooth, really steady pace. On an inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, sit the hips low, chair pose. Right knee lifts, breathe in. High lunge, step back, breathe out. Lift the chest, inhale. T-twist left as you exhale. Inhale, revolve, right arm up. Exhale, hands to the floor, standing split, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise all the way up, inhale. Hips go low as you exhale. Left knee lifts up, breathe in. Step back, high lunge, breathe out. Stay for the inhale, get taller. Twist to the right as you exhale. Inhale, revolve, left arm up. Exhale, hands to the floor, standing split, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. All right, one more round just like that with the breath. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hips low, chair pose. Right knee to chest, breathe in. Step back, high lunge, breathe out. Twist to the left as you exhale. Inhale, right arm up, reverse. Exhale, hands to the floor, standing split, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise to stand, inhale. Chair pose, sit low, exhale. Left knee lifts, breathe in. Step back, high lunge, breathe out. Get taller on the inhale. T-twist right as you exhale. Revolve it, left arm up, breathe in. Hands to the floor, breathe out, standing split, inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Land in your forward fold, big bend in your knees, grab opposite arms, sway side to side, just release the upper body down. Let the breath even back out, and then just start to tap in, right? Start to notice a little bit if anything shifted around in the low body and the legs after that little dynamic moving warm up. All right, from here, we're gonna start to take things into some deeper stretches. If you wanna take another round or two of that or add anything on, you're welcome to. Otherwise, from here, you'll find a halfway lift as you breathe in. Step your left foot back, and then step your right foot back. You're in a downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath here. Through the nose, fill up. Open mouth, release it, let it go. On an inhale, lift your heels high. As you exhale, roll yourself forward, find a plank pose. From your plank pose, lower your knees down, shift forward, and then lower yourself all the way down onto the floor. Give yourself a second just to land. You're gonna bring your arms out to a T, so the hands are right in line with the shoulders, and then your forehead will come down to the mat. We're gonna start with a shoulder stretch on the floor. You can keep your right arm extended. We'll actually all start like that for now. So your right arm stays extended, make sure it's straight out in line from the right shoulder. And then your left hand's gonna plant on the floor right by your left shoulder. From there, press into the left hand, roll your left hip on top of your right. So you're kind of like rolling towards your right shoulder. Your right cheek can stay on the floor. This might be enough sensation. If you want a little bit more, you would lift your left foot up in the air, step your left foot back behind you. You should start to feel, or you're looking to feel, some stretch in the front of the right shoulder. If you want more, you would unwind and just restart and cactus your right arm instead of keeping it straight. And then it's the same thing. You go in stages. Left hip on top of right, and then maybe left foot steps behind the right. You might gently press your left palm into the floor to help you roll your left shoulder open a bit more. But see if you can take 3 rounds of breath right here. Good, 2 more. See if the right hand can stay active, grip it into the floor. Last breath. Super slow, unwind it. Come all the way back onto your belly. Release both arms out wide like a T. And we'll just switch sides. So I would suggest keeping the left arm straight to start. Get into it, and then if you're like, I want a little bit more, you come out and restart with the cactus in the arm. You don't want to go like too far too soon on the shoulder. So left arm is straight out of the shoulder, right hand by the right shoulder. Press into the right hand, roll your right hip on top of your left. Your left cheek, your left forehead can kind of stay on the mat. If you want more, lift your right foot, and then step your right foot back behind you. So it's kind of like this little kickstand, like a little scorpion tail situation. Again, if you want more, you could unwind, find a cactus in the left arm. But wherever you end up, see if you can take 3 big rounds of breath. Left palm stays active, grip into the floor. 2 more breaths. Last one. Really slow, unwind that. Come back through center. You're laying flat down on your chest. Bring 2 hands by your shoulders, and then press yourself back into a child's pose. Knees could be wide. Actually, let's all bring the knees a bit wider for this one, just to start to gently stretch the hips, and then let your chest melt down towards the floor. From here, you'll start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. You're still in a child's pose, but we're just getting a bit of a stretch to the left side body. You might take your left hand, stack it on top of your right, and then kind of hold your hands together. Feel the left side body get really long. Sit the left hip back towards the left heel. Take 1 more, big breath in. Settle into this a bit deeper on the breath out. On an inhale, just unwind the arms, take them over to the left. Same thing, just on the left side. You might bring your right hand on top of your left and then kind of grip your hands together. Press the palms into the floor as you sit the hips back. Can you get any longer, any more space through the right side body? Keep the breath even and steady. One more round. And then inhale, hands back through center. Just walk your hands back towards your knees. We're gonna come down onto our backs. You'll just sit your hips to one side, swing your legs around, and then roll yourself down onto your back. Yeah, once you get onto your back, you might bring your knees into your chest for a little squeeze to center, just to kind of release through the low back, through the hips. And then eventually you'll bring 2 feet down to the floor. Once you feel situated, your back is really stacked and grounded, you'll pull your right knee into your chest. Start with just a gentle squeeze. Pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. You might even take some circles with the knee and the hip joint. And then when you're ready, you'll find stillness. Start to extend your right foot straight up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh. So we're trying to find some sensation, some stretch to the back of the right leg. You might already be feeling that quite a bit. This might be where you land. If you're looking for more, you would slowly start to extend your left leg so it's flat on the floor, so your legs are in this L shape. Try to stay active through your right foot. Flex the toes towards the face. You might even take a few ankle circles with the right foot. But when you do find stillness, the foot is active. And then maybe even pulse your right thigh forward or back a bit. Just kind of explore here, see what feels good. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever you're at. If your left leg is long, make sure that's active as well. Flex through the left toes. From here, you'll start to rebend your right knee. You're gonna grab for the outer edge of your right foot. It's a half happy baby. Again, same option as the hamstring stretch. You might wanna bring your left foot back onto the floor. It'll just give you a bit more space, especially if you're struggling to kind of hold your ankle or your foot or find a grip. Left foot back on the floor will give you a bit more space. You might rock a little bit here side to side or play with extending the leg out long and then rebending it. But try to keep your right knee wide outside your right shoulder. Give yourself 2 more rounds of breath right here. From here, if your left foot's not on the floor, bring it back there. So left foot planted, left knee towards the ceiling. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh for figure 4. So in your figure 4, you might keep it grounded like this. You can also take your right palm, press your right thigh away from you. Or you can interlace your arms around your left thigh. Start to draw the shape in towards you off the floor. Keep the right foot active, flex through the right toes so that the right knee can stay protected. And then maybe there's some movement here, you can rock side to side. Just breathe into the outer right hip. You're welcome to stay with this for as many breaths as you want. We're gonna turn it into an IT bend stretch when you're ready. Your left foot will come down, your legs are still in this figure 4 shape. And then keeping your legs in this figure 4 shape, you're gonna drop your legs to the left side of your mat. Your right foot will end up stomping the floor, right knee towards the ceiling. And then if you're looking for more sensation for your outer right thigh, your IT band, just pull this shape up a little closer towards your chest. Yeah, and then you might even take your left hand, press your right thigh away from you. You can make it more of a twist by looking over your right shoulder. Try to take 3 big rounds of breath. When you're ready, you'll release that. Unwind the legs, draw the knees back through center, maybe give them a squeeze. Maybe notice if there's a difference between the right and left side. And then we'll switch, we'll take it all on the left. Start with your right foot flat on the floor, right knee towards the ceiling, so your leg is bent. And then pull the left knee in towards the chest, pull it wide towards the shoulder, and then maybe take a few circles just like that. Just kind of warming up the hip joint, finding some compression through the left side body. When you feel ready, your left foot starts to go up towards the ceiling. Your hands can interlace behind your left thigh. So this might be where you land, this might feel good. If you want more, your right leg slowly starts to extend long. And then there might be some movement through the left ankle. You could circle it out, you can flex or point the toes. But anytime there's stillness, pull the toes towards the face. Find a lot of activity flexing the toes down, the heel up. Try to really engage through the leg as you feel the stretch. You might pulse the leg forward and back a bit. About 2 or 3 more breaths. From here, we're gonna take it into half happy baby. So you'll start to bend your left knee and then catch for maybe the outer edge of the foot, maybe the ankle. Again, option to pull your right knee back up so your foot's on the floor. It'll give you a bit more space through the left side if that's feeling like too much with the leg long. And then maybe there's some movement. You can rock side to side. You can play with extending the left foot long. Just take a few rounds of breath here. If your right foot's not on the floor, bring it back there. We're gonna turn this into our figure 4. Left ankle over right thigh. You might stay here just for a moment to feel it out, and then slowly you add on. Maybe eventually you interlace behind your right thigh. Draw the legs up in towards the chest. I like to add movement here, rocking a little side to side, just to kind of help out the stretch for the outer left hip. But if you prefer stillness, that's cool. Just try to keep the shoulders, the head, the neck really grounded on the mat. Again, you're welcome to stay in this stretch as long as you'd like, but eventually we're gonna turn it into more of an IT band stretch. So your right foot will come back down, your back in your figure 4 shape just grounded on the floor. And then all you're gonna do is take this shape and drop it to the right. So legs go to the right, your left foot ends up stamping the floor, left knee towards the ceiling. From here, you might cactus out your left arm. Maybe you take your right hand, press your left thigh away from you. And if you want even more sensation, then just slide the shape in the legs up closer toward your chest. See if you can take really big rounds of breath into whatever sensation is showing up in the outer left hip, outer left thigh. Slowly go unwind this, draw the legs back into center, give them a big squeeze. We're gonna finish with a supported inversion. So you're just gonna extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. There should be a sweet spot where the legs feel almost weightless. You might bend your knees a little bit, you can let your feet just kind of like drip off your ankles. And then you might add on by reaching your arms straight up to the sky as well, let your fingers drip off your wrists. If you have a block, you could slide it under your sacrum, the lowest part of your spine for a bit more support. You can also do legs up the wall. This is essentially legs up the wall just without the wall. We're gonna be here for 1 full minute. You might let your eyes close. Notice if you start to feel any sensation in the fingers, the toes, you might get a little bit tingly. Know that that's totally normal. Just try to stay with your breath. And then any natural like swaying or gentle motions that come into the body, you can let that happen. About 5 more big rounds of breath. You're welcome to stay like that as long as you like. But when you're ready, you'll just start to draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze to center. Set up any way you'd like for a final rest. If you were set up in legs up the wall, you could even stay there if you prefer. I'm gonna find a tall seat. But anything that feels good in your body where you can breathe in a really easy way is great. The eyes might start to soften and close, and we'll take 10 rounds of breath as a group. Just letting all of that kind of integrate and settle in the body. Wherever you are, let's take a breath together. Through the nose, fill yourself up. Open mouth, release it, let it go. You're welcome to stay as you are. Just bring the palms together in front of your chest. Give yourself a little bow in towards yourself, towards your palms at your heart center. Just in a gesture of gratitude towards your body, towards your breath, for this moment of movement, of connection. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. This was a recovery-focused flow. It's honestly good for any time of day that you want to do it, especially great for after a really hard workout, whether it be running or a HIIT workout or something else. Yeah, if you ever have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll keep working on getting more videos up for you soon.